Twilight was startled out of her reverie by Spike's voice behind her. "Twilight? When did you get back?" She looked up from her writing. Spike was sitting up on the bed, rubbing his eyes and yawning. As he looked closer at her, she noticed Spike's expression changed to one of concern. "Twilight, are you okay? You're crying." Twilight put down her quill and felt her face. She was indeed crying, and had been unaware of it. Wiping her eyes with a handkerchief, she smiled at Spike and replied, "Yes, I'm fine." Taking a deep breath, she continued, I'm just writing our story. Right now I'm writing about what happened to Trixie." Spike came over to where she was sitting and gave her a comforting hug. Though they loved each other greatly, they always had thought of each other as brother and sister. Twilight was glad for his comfort, since the emotions that welled up in her every time she thought about the friends they had lost were often too much to bear. "I know, Twilight. That was a hard night." He looked down at her, and she marveled just how much taller he had gotten after arriving in this world. She was used to looking down at him as a baby dragon. He was a much taller younger man. She smiled up at him. "Thanks, Spike. I appreciate your concern." He smiled back. "Listen, I've got to run out for a little bit. I need to get a few things. Are you gonna be okay? Do you need anything before I leave?" She shook her head. "I'll be fine, Spike. Thanks again." He squeezed her shoulder gently and headed for the door. She watched him go until he had closed the door behind him. Turning back to her desk, she steeled herself once more and dove back into her story.